Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. My name is Evan, and we play goats here. We are taking a look at round 5 of the goatformat.com PWCQ number 56, and you are about to see quite a thrashing, unfortunately. So I look at this hand and I was like, sweet. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. It doesn't have a whole lot of defense. Obviously, you know, Solemn Judgment is the best defense. But you usually want something else to go with it. You don't want to just be throwing out Solemns just to get some monsters off the board and stuff like that. But we will watch and see how none of this matters for game 1. I actually may have been fine had I won the die roll here, but I lost. My opponent goes Pot of Greed, draws exactly 1 Thunder Dragon, activates Thunder Dragon to go get 2 more Thunder Dragons. Okay, you know, Chaos Turbo things. What do you follow up Thunder Dragon with? Anybody know the answer to this? It's Graceful Charity. Yep. So now my opponent has 8 billion cards in hand. They get to discard 2 Thunder. I don't even think they discard both Thunder Dragons, actually. What do they discard here? Am I having the GLHF yet? Love when my opponent's like, good luck, have fun. You're dead. It's fine. That's how it happens. Yeah, they actually discard Mind Control. So, like, looking at that, you see the Delinquent Duos coming next. Yeah, they have full Trinity with Thunder Dragon. Not a lot of decks are ever going to beat that on the draw. But what's interesting is they do discard the Mind Control rather than a Thunder Dragon. I think that's something interesting to think about. Maybe they have like a Sangan and they want to keep the Thunder Dragon in hand to be able to sacrifice it or something. Or maybe they went through replays, they found me, they saw I was playing Warriors, they know the Mind Control is going to be dead, and Mind Control is more dead than... I guess Mind Control is not actually more dead than a random Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon can actually come down on the board and attack, but Mind Control can remove one of my monsters so that they can attack for lethal or something. I don't know. You don't want the Mind Control, but none of this matters. We're just going to fast forward through all of this. So they duo me. I take that. I discard one of the Judgments. They set a whole bunch of back row. I play this, and none of this matters. They draw a card. They don't care. I set a bunch of back row. They Dust Tornado one of them. I never had a chance in this game. They even get to play around the Dust Shoot. They have the Snatch Steal here. I have a dead trap Dust Shoot. I draw Graceful Charity, which is fine. I get the Breaker, and I was like, maybe, but then they have the Raigeki Break. So none of this actually matters. They put the Sork on the board. I think I just concede soon. Probably should. I go to 300. Oh, and then they flip Return and kill me. That's right. Great game. All right, so we know we're playing against Chaos Return. It's not just Turbo. Our turn to open up with some Trinity. It is just Delinquent Duo, which is the least good option for this matchup. Actually, side out Delinquent Duos when I'm on the draw. And by duos, I mean a single duo. So we actually get rid of Return and Judgment. And we have a nice Trap Dust Shoot hand. I actually really like this position. We can set the Trap Dust. We can set all 3, but I think I don't set the Sakuretsu armor because I have a DD Warrior Lady. It doesn't really matter. If they want, I'm already up cards, so if they want to beat over the DD Warrior Lady and let me just banish whatever, that's perfectly fine. Whereas I can flip this Dust Shoot here, and now if they have like an MST that they want to throw out in my back row, or even better, a Heavy Storm, I can plus off of it. But we take a look at their hand. I'm going to pause like I always do with the Trap Dust Shoots, kind of analyze what's going on. So they have a Sangan, a Gravekeeper's Spy, a Thunder Dragon, and a Delinquent Duo. So I'm going to lose my hand. And we're going to go into a game where... pretty simplified already. The DD Warrior Lady can take care of the Sangan. The Thunder Dragon is just a dead card, so I kind of don't care about that. Usually you want to take the Thunder Dragons, but it's not actually doing anything here, and I have a big threat in Gravekeeper Spy. Since I'm losing my Rhoda, I think I just want to take the Spy here. And deal with the Sangan with the DD Warrior Lady. I do have Jar of Greed, so I am going to be able to go up to 2 cards next turn. I'm actually not going to activate Jar of Greed in response to this duo, because like I don't really care too much about keeping either of these, and I don't want to draw into, say, a Pot of Greed or a Graceful Charity or something, and my opponent just be able to rip one of those. So if you have something worth protecting in your hand, I do think it is nice to activate the Jar of Greed in response to the duo, just so your opponent has a lesser chance of taking that card, but I don't care to lose either of these, honestly. So I do believe I take the Spy here. I do take the Spy. And that's correct. It's the only thing I don't really have an answer for. I think my opponent is just going to go get 2 Thunder Dragons. Well, they're going to duo first. Sure. Why not? Make sure I don't have a hand trap to stop that Thunder Dragon. Alright, now they are going to go get the Thunder Dragons. This Sangan is almost certainly just going to get banished with the DD Warrior Lady, so they don't really have a chance to sack the Sangan for a Thunder Dragon or anything. We're going to take care of that. They do set the Sangan. I draw Pot of Greed, so my turn. And I draw into Graceful. So yeah, it definitely, like, Graceful's solemn too. So now I think I actually flip this Jar here, because I want extra cards for my Graceful Charity. I draw Breaker, which I think I actually just summon. Because, like, I have Snatch Steal taken care of here. I have literally everything taken care of here for the Solemn Judgment. So we're just going to attack with the DD Warrior Lady, banish the Sangan, and now my opponent is effectively on no cards. And I have a Graceful Charity, so if I ever draw anything dead, I can just play this Graceful Charity, get rid of that, see new cards, and I have a Solemn Judgment set to take care of everything. So we're looking pretty good here. My opponent sets a monster. Let's take a look at their graveyard really quick. They have Delinquent Duo as the only spell that they can get back. So, like, I know it could be a Spy. They could have redrawn into a Spy, but that's fine. I think since I drew Solemn Judgment and that is not a dead card, that's one I don't want to get rid of, I'm just going to attack. If it is Magician of Faith, I can only get the Duo back, and I can just set both of my cards, and Duo is completely inconsequential. If it is a Spy, you know, obviously they get 2 Spies on the board. I have a Graceful Charity with Solemn Judgment backups, so eventually I can get into something to attack over those Spies. So I think, yeah, the play here is just run over that monster, and then set Judgment Charity. So we don't... I just really like to hold on to the Charity. I know a lot of people... Oh, really? I think my reasoning for just throwing out the Graceful Charity here is to try to find a knock or something to answer the face down in case it is a Spy. I don't think I like that play. It works out because I get to get rid of a Heavy Storm and a Dust Tornado here. And I get to pick up a Call of the Haunted, which doesn't get doesn't get anything yet. But I think in hindsight, maybe I'm just supposed to attack the face down, and then set the Graceful and the Solemn. Don't think I like that play a whole lot. Like, I understand what I was going for, but I think holding on to the Graceful Charity may have just been better there. I do set both of the cards. Just, again, if you can play around everything, and if it's a Morphing Jar, cool. We'll take that +5. They do get the Delinquent Duo back, so opponent's got 3 dead cards in hand. I don't have a whole lot going on as far as pressure. Breaker is a big guy, but that's all I've got. Opponent just passes... No, I passed my turn, sorry. We haven't gone through the opponent's turn yet. They draw a card. I have double Solemn Judgment set, so I'm basically just going to be trigger happy on those. I draw a dead MST. Unfortunate, but here we go. Get in for 19. Opponent's at 3,200, so now basically any monster in the deck kills them. I have double Solemn Judgment. I know 3 of their cards are bricks, so as long as they don't like set a monster, I have Solemn Judgment for literally anything they want to do. They do set a monster, set a back row. I'm going to MST that, just take care of it. It's a Dust Tornado, so cool, whatever. I drew a Blade Knight, which is nice. Obviously, that could be a spy, but now I make the decision, we're just going to get in there. I attack over with the Blade Knight because it is the bigger monster, and if they flip a Knight Assailant there or something, I'd kind of rather them destroy the Breaker. And if they want to get rid of the Blade Knight still, oh yeah, we're going to Solemn the hell out of the tribe. And that's game. Go to game 3, where we'll be on the draw. We get a real game here. It's not like game 1 or game 2 where, you know, the person who's on the draw gets Trinity, wins the game. We have an okay hand here. We do have the Sakuretsus for some defense. Nobleman and Mind Control are both good. Opponent opens on Thunder Dragon, just hoping they don't have a Graceful Charity here. I'm always perfectly fine with my opponent using the Thunder Dragons, or getting the Thunder Dragons to hand. Like, I understand it's a +1, but it's kind of not. It is good against... it is good... they are... Lord. They are useful with like Raigeki Break and Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and whatever, but generally if they don't have the Graceful Charity, I'm perfectly fine with just counting those as dead cards. Opponent does have Delinquent Duo here. They hit the Sakuretsu Knob to get rid of Dust Tornado, and I think that's fine. Because I don't have any defense if they like go on some sort of offense here. So this is an interesting situation. A lot of times I like to play out a Blade Knight and then go ahead and Nobleman because it plays around Torrential Tribute. Take a look at the opponent's graveyard. They just have Thunder Dragon, Delinquent Duo. Can't really afford for them to flip a Faith, so we've got some options here. Donzalug is no longer in the deck, so I can't just like Nobleman, Donzalug, attack, get a +1. But if you like look at their hand anyway, they've got 2 Thunder Dragons, so half of their hand is dead. They're really on 4 cards, so kind of fine here. I do think I need to start getting aggressive though. So I think maybe I want to... I think I may need to start getting aggressive on turn 1. How many times I'm going to say that? I do think I want to Rhoda for a Blade Knight here. And just start attacking. But I will knock just in case it is a spy. See if I make that play. And then like I have Sakuretsu Armor backup. And I just naturally go down to 1 card in hand. So it is a 2k Blade Knight. Don't feel super confident in the position. Like, I don't have very much defensive going on, so if my opponent has anything really, like a Chaos Play, something like that, which they are a little bit off of. They do need just a Dark in the graveyard, but I have a Mind Control, I have a Nobleman, I have this Blade Knight, so then we can hopefully get things well here. Yeah, so just summon the Blade Knight, summon goes through. Of course, this plays around Torrential. You always want to just play your creature before you play the Nobleman, because your opponent's likely not going to take a -1. They have a Spirit Reaper, which is a nice one to get rid of. They have a Sakuretsu, which is fine. Obviously, I would like to keep my monster because I want to apply some pressure while my opponent is also low on cards, but we're in a sort of simplified game state, unless my opponent draws a Graceful Charity. If they draw a Graceful, I just die. It's pretty simple. Here, Trap Dust Shoot's not bad. Obviously, I would like my opponent to have something other than Thunder Dragons to take in hand, but I go ahead and fire off the Mind Control. I don't have anything else going on. I don't really want my opponent... I guess if they got Duo, it's fine. But I do find out it is a Magician of Faith, so I do get to get a Rhoda, which means I can play the Blade Knight. I can just go get another Blade Knight. I believe that's what I get, and I can start pressuring a little bit. Especially with this Trap Dust Shoot, I've got my opponent into a bit of a simplified game state, and hopefully I can just like take them off of a Chaos Play, or whatever, and be able to maybe like draw into another monster or something, draw into a Pot of Greed or Graceful Charity of my own, and be able to take the game from there. So yeah, go get the Blade Knight, and we're just going to play that, set the trap Dust Shoot, get him for 2,000, give them their Magician of Faith back, and then we're going to flip this Dust Shoot. I got to tell you, my opponent's hand is something here, from what I remember. Pass, flip the Dust Shoot. We'll take a look. Tribe Infecting Virus is what they drew for turn. Okay, that's fine. We can get rid of that with Dust Shoot. Thunder Dragon, Mobius, which we just gave them their Magician of Faith back, and we're sitting on a Sakuretsu armor, so not great. Thunder Dragon, BLS. Oh boy. So if we don't take the Tribe, they just get to pitch a Thunder Dragon to Tribe. Kill my Blade Knight. Okay? If we don't take the Mobius, we we lose everything. The BLS is not online right now, so BLS is not factored in here. I think we just have to take the Mobius, so we don't literally lose everything. We'll lose the Blade Knight. We have a Sakuretsu armor for the Tribe if we want to, but I think we're going to do like we did a couple rounds ago, and we're just going to take some hits and hope to find something to beat over the Tribe. Because like I have no cards in hand. If I draw, I guess this is my second Blade Knight, right? Yeah, if I draw another Blade Knight, draw a Kaiku would be the best. Then we can get a +1 there, and we will be able to keep our Battle Trap. So, opponent does play the Tribe, and they're just going to ditch a Thunder Dragon, kill my Blade Knight, get in for... Actually, I think they switched the Magician of Faith to defense, yeah. So they're just going to get in for 16. It's good for me. But, like, here's the situation. They have a Tribe that I can beat over with so many different monsters. They have this Magician of Faith that doesn't matter. They have a Thunder Dragon that's dead. And they have a BLS that isn't even turned on. And I still have a Battle Trap. This is a very, very winnable position. So we fought back a little bit. We draw the Ring, which is interesting. We can take out this Tribe with the Ring, or we can Sakuretsu it or whatever. They're very likely to sack this for a Thunder Dragon, but they draw Pot of Greed. And then Graceful Charity. That's gonna end this game. Surprise. Yeah, we're gonna fast forward from here. It's just really sad. I have to ring here, so we get a plus there. So it's like not all is lost, but they have a Sangan and a back row, and I draw a Dust Shoot. They take out the Dust Shoot, which is good for me, but I mean, still, I'm left on a Sakuretsu against a Sangan. They play out the BLS, which I do get to take out with the Sakuretsu armor, so we'll pause here. I don't know about their card in hand, but Sangan, a Magician of Faith that doesn't matter, and one card in hand? Okay, we can actually win this. Even through all of that, we can still win this. It is a simplified enough game state that we can get there. We draw Sasuke. So, okay. Play that. We're going to attack. If they drew like exactly a Sakuretsu or a Mirror Force, you know, so be it. They do flip it. That's fine. They draw Big Think. We're dead to almost anything here. They set a card, which cannot be good for me. Like, I need to draw something to deal with that, while I'm also getting beat down by this Sangan. Any ring is bad for me. We draw a Trap Dust Shoot. So, you know, 2 Trap Dust Shoots in a row where, I guess not 2 in a row, but 2 over 3 turns where my, you know, opponent is out of cards, we're out of cards. After they drew Pot and a Graceful. It's that's what happens sometimes. And that's not just GOAT format. I know a lot of people give GOAT format a bad rap because of the Trinity. That happens in any card game or any game that has any sort of variance at all. Is what it is. I think we played ourselves into a winning position there. And then the top of the deck was kind to my opponent. It wasn't kind to me. And then, of course, game one was just a wash. So nothing to be upset about there. Just kind of how it is sometimes. But we're 3-2. We know 2 or 3 X2s will make it into the top 8. So we're going to play the last round. Would have played it anyway, just for content's sake. And also just for fun. I like playing GOAT. So I will see you all for the last round of Swiss.